Welcome to Family Talk Show. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Of the Labour Party. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, and good morning for inviting me.
So let's start off with those comments from Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, presidential flag bearer of the NNPP. He said several things, including the fact that the North will not vote for you, Peter Obi, that they would rather vote for a Northern candidate. He also talked about the fact that the Southeast has problems, in quotes, such that the North will not be voting for a person from the Southeast. What's your take on that?
Well, the comments from my respected elder brother, Kwankwaso, is the reason why we have 100 million Nigerians living in poverty. The reason why we have 18 million Nigerian children out of school. It is the reason why we have over 55% of Nigerians in under unemployment ladder. It's the reason why we have all the problems, why Nigeria is insecure. Because rather than vote for competence, we will choose to vote for incompetence based on a primitive consideration of ethnicity and religion. Tell me, today you can't travel from Abuja to Kaduna by air, by road, by train. Is it because somebody from the Southeast is in charge? You can't travel from Abuja to Minna by road. Is it because somebody from the Southeast is in charge? Yesterday we had an attack by bandits on the presidential convoy in Katsina. Is it because the president from Southeast is in charge? Show me where you can buy food cheaper. You have uninterrupted electricity, or people are prospering in the north because the northerners are in power, in the southwest because they are in power, and in the southeast. What we've chosen to do in this country, we will consistently hire vehicle drivers to fly the Nigerian aeroplane instead of hiring qualified pilots. My commitment is, let us campaign and deal with the issue of the problems of the country. There's a lot of problems besieging this country. If you don't know today, this country will soon default in their debt service. Now we'll be rated junk status. That's what should be preoccupying us now. So our schools, universities are shut down, and we're talking about who will vote for. Let's deal with the issues. This election will not be based on my turn. It will not be based on ethnicity. It will not be based on religion. It will be based on the Nigerian agenda to save this Nigeria. Nigeria is in coma. I need a specialist, and that is what I'm offering, to save his life or he will die. It is not about whether this person. I'm appealing to people to vote to save Nigeria. And to save Nigeria is to hire the best. I don't want people to vote for me because I'm from the Southeast. I don't want people to vote for me because I'm from South-South, or I'm from Southwest, or Northwest, or Northeast, or North Central. I want them to vote for Peter Obi because he's a Nigerian who is competent to start pulling Nigeria out of the mess.
Obasanjo has a disdain for Bola Tinubu, for Bola Tinubu's extra courage, extra guts, extra audacity to take Obasanjo to court on account of the creation of additional local government development areas in Lagos. Up to the Supreme Court and Bola Tinubu won. It was only on the coming on board of the next president after Obasanjo that Lagos money was released. He has that disdain for Bola Tinubu, and he told the government that Bola Tinubu is not an option because he has so many issues surrounding himself, his personality, his genealogy, and his academic qualification, such that he have the fear that maybe, probably, perhaps, Bola Tinubu may not make it to the presidential polls. And of course, Ango Abdullahi told him that my grudge with Atiku is that in 1999, I am supposed to have been nominated as the vice president of Atiku. But somehow I was blocked. Even a ministerial slot was not given to me. For that reason, I will never promote an Atiku. Where did I get this story? The moment Obasanjo left Zaria, the following day he went to Abuja and reported back to his group what transpired. And I have said that in my clip, I have said enough. He reported to them that he has reached out to Ango Abdullahi, and he promised Ango Abdullahi that if he supports his own project, the third force, he will ensure that Ango Abdullahi plays a prominent role, an epicentral role, an important role in the OB project. Similarly, he gave the same offer, the same assurances to Hakim Baba Ahmed. What I don't know is whether Ango Abdullahi and Hakim Baba Ahmed have given him in wholesale and retail their commitment. Maybe passage of time will bring out the truth of the actual thing and the actual answer they gave an Obasanjo. But for sure, if Obasanjo is not promoting Atiku, and he will never do that, if he's not promoting Tinubu, he will never do that. He is not going to promote Kwankwaso. We all know this. Who is he going to promote? The answer is very clear. It's an OB.
The Northern Youth Coalition will be in collaboration with Movement for Transparent Governance have called on Nigerian youths to vote a presidential candidate that will salvage the economic and educational systems of the country. The coalition organized a lecture in Kaduna titled Youth-Led Pathway to Social and Political Change, Faith and Service in Contemporary Northern Nigeria. The aim of the lecture was to awaken the youth's political consciousness. Plus TV correspondent Habila Dorofai's report is presented from our studios.
Youths from the 19 northern states meet in Arewa House, Kaduna. Their desire to change the narrative of politics in the coming elections. They say youths should vote for any candidate without ethnic and religious bias. Speaking, the northern coordinator of the group, Jamilu Abdullahi Sufu, say youths will make their choice based on integrity, competence, and ability to solve problems.
94% of Nigerians lost confidence the way the present administrations that are ruling this country. So if that will show that will show you that this time around it's not about tribalism, it's not about sentiment, it's not about religious affiliations, it's about competency. So we are looking at a candidate that can bring a desired change, that will change the situations of the economy. What happens? Why do we have excess amounts of kidnapping, banditry in the north? Because the economy of the country is bad.
Also, the vice chairman of the Northern Coalition, Zubairu Mohammed, says over time politicians have taken youths for granted. He said the situation can only be improved with the emergence of political leadership that can guarantee the future.
When you desire change, it will come with the list of how you want to make the change. Before, we used to be between the devil and the deep blue sea, between APC and PDP. You don't have other option than to either vote for PDP or APC, or you climb a fence and sit on it.
How are we going to make Nigeria work? First and foremost is that we have to end the award of inflated government contracts. I agree with you that Nigeria should not be about paper. And that's why just before you asked me your question, I was luckily telling you that the next president of Nigeria must be somebody who is practically ready to micromanage Nigeria. How many people did you ever hear coming to speak specifically that I'm going to stop the award of inflated government contracts? You've never heard. Now, there is no use giving too much credit to myself. I'll leave you to judge from what you hear from me. But believe you me, this is different. from what you know. When Buhari said he was going to fight corruption, how? If you ask Buhari now, how is corruption in Nigeria done?
It's triple.
He does not even, no, how does it occur? How does it happen? I don't believe he even knows. Right now, what we need in Nigeria are better builders, better mechanics, better tradesmen, and so on and so forth from the public side. And of course, what we need in Nigeria is to make the best use of our expatriates who are in... The best use of our expatriates, whom you find from Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, in every leading university in Nigeria, and I remain to be corrected, in Europe and America and Canada. Among the top 10 professors, there is a Nigerian. Among the top 10 surgeons in every hospital in Europe and America and Canada, there is a Nigerian. When I started my PhD in Westminster in 1997, the highest paid individual was not the Vice Chancellor. It was a Nigerian director of the IT, head of IT department there. They had to pay him that much to do. It is tapping from our Nigerian resources abroad, sending in technology, sending in know-how, and the rest. But if you think we should develop technologies, technology does not develop in a vacuum. What we have is a vacuum. You improve the security in Nigeria, and you attract investment in such a way that every month you have given confidence to Nigerian diaspora that they are getting between 1.5 to 2% on deposits here. Okay, Nigeria is paying you 4%, which is 100% of 2%, the best they are getting. Or you can release equity from a property you finished mortgaging at 3% and then send it to Nigeria and be getting 6% on deposit. That is 100%. This I will use to flood Nigerian banks with lendable funds. So when I told you that everything is linked to nearly everything, it's like a very complex machine. That's what I mean. And when you have Nigerian banks ready and able to lend those kind of funds, then you go back to Nigeria. If you want to set up a dental practice, for example, now that, for example, you need to begin with an initial capital outlay of 50 million. My vision for Nigeria is that you don't have to spend that 50 million. You can start with 5 million naira. You rent the office space. Instead of paying for 2 years, we would have changed the system. You sign the 2-year contract and be paying, because if your check bounces, you're in trouble. It's a criminal offense then. And then you can hire purchase everything from the dental equipment all the way to your computers, to the vehicle, to the furniture and everything. Then you have lots of people come back to Nigeria. You've made setting up businesses and running businesses a lot easier to start, and they pay the rest as they move along. And don't forget one fundamental issue. You have released more money into people's pockets. Households can now afford housing, they can afford better feeding, better clothing, better entertainment, education, and everything. And like I keep saying, my ground zero is the police constable. A police constable who is a family of 2, himself and the wife, what can 100,000 naira do for him? It can pay a mortgage. Sir, you people will get busy. The children can go to school. That money is going into the private sector. You're talking of hundreds of thousands, millions of people like him, who 100,000 is coming clean, and they're not keeping it for themselves. It's going into the economy. Right now, you don't want to see how police constables are living. Dormitories is a glorification of the conditions in which they live. And what did I say? Nothing happens so quickly, so drastic overnight. And that is how you know leaders that mean business and leaders that don't mean business. I'm trying to give some humanity back to your security operatives, from the police constable to the army private, to the customs officer, to the immigration officer, to the public servant who is carrying files from desk to desk, teacher in front of pupils, teacher, lecturer in front of students, nurse who welcomes patients into hospitals, so on and so forth. Give some humanity back to them. Redirect their loyalty to their nation and to their profession. In that way, the police constable will not collect bribe 15 naira on the streets. Use heavily use technology, where we have to move away from the barbaric situation where you see an officer, not even rank and file of the police, standing in front of a car blocking the car. We have to move, give some humanity back to people. The same thing with road safety and all that. You can use technology to stop that, and very cheap also, very cheap. If you have every SIM card registered, including biometrics and voice, I wonder who will be so dumb to negotiate ransom on phone. Technology for you. I'm talking of a situation where you have every police station in Nigeria. You have our unemployed youth. All they need is a laptop and a printer, card printer, working 3 shifts a day, 8 hours. And you give 30 days for all Nigerians to have compulsory national ID card. You have wiped about 1 million unemployed youth from the market, and they will continue to live decent lives. Simple use of technology. And you cannot get into public transport. You cannot go into malls or anything of that sort. You cannot go into a hotel. You cannot go into hospitals without being identified. I want you to tell me who will come out on the road from one community to go and kill others in another community when they know they're identified. Because it's simple logic. The DPO has a list of all those who are local within. So if you kill me 100 citizens in this place, it's easy. I have a data set. I know where to start working from. Right now, it's a lawless society because it's everybody for everybody. You can come out from Niger Republic, you can come out from Sudan, you can come out from anywhere, go into the middle of Nigeria, commit any crime, nothing happens. This is still the country that you can drive a car from the day you get it till the day you throw it away without number plate. Nobody cares. All these things have to be stopped, and it has to come from the top. Very simple technologies, very simple ones. It's a matter of mindset. They will be done.